All right, so we got a new series we're going to do where we interview the drivers and their significant others, whatever that may be, they, them, however you want to say it. And we're going to let them kind of talk shit on the driver because I'm sure they got a lot to say. I know my wife will when she does mine. So we'll start off with, how'd you guys meet?
Through racing, like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, racing?
Yeah, and then we just were like friends up until 3 or 4 months ago.
Awesome. So, Amber, have your family always raced or kind of
No.
got into it at what point?
Yeah, I got into it through a past relationship.
So years ago, but not from the start. What is it like dating a racer?
Busy.
You guys like being broke?
That's how
Yeah.
it is most of the time.
So what are the new plans? Are you selling the car and
I'm just keeping the doors open. So we're young. I just moved halfway across the country. So, life, gets real at that point. I'm not living with my parents no more. I actually come from, working under a family business. So I see how well that life was. And then I worked like a 9 to 5 down here. I hated it. So, and I had, obviously we all have tons of money tied up in our program. I went ahead and just sold out for a little bit, keep my doors open of which route I want to take. I 100% want to work for myself, try to get something going, whether that be parting out race cars, starting a used car lot, like excavating business. I don't know, but sooner than later, I'm gonna go full blown at a route and take it.
yeah, that's awesome. There's definitely priorities over race cars, and surviving is one of them.
Yeah, 5 you can't race, right?
Yeah. So I guess give everyone a little bit of a rundown, Avery, on a couple of the cars, traveling all over, just some stuff like that. Give them a little background on you.
Yeah, so I got into racing from dad, obviously. Him and I built like a blue car. It was a mod motor car. And then on the side, I built a 88 Fox body. It was a small block Ford. It started out as like a small block Ford with like a Vortec on it. And then I blew that combo up. Then I put a 9.5 deck Windsor motor in it with a turbo. Blew that combo up. Well, it kept eating main bearings from like a damaged crank that I never caught. Seth really wanted a coupe at the time, so I parted that car out. Built my old car two cars ago, two-tone. It started out as a 4-valve mod motor car, which you really liked. Then spun rod bearings in it. LS swapped in 16 days. Yeah.
I liked it
LS
when we
swapped that
both
car in
had
16
one, and I
days.
thought it was cool, but that was about it.
Then we got, since that car, LS, my poor friend Justin, a fabricator, has been through the ringer. He actually redid the turbo kit for me within that 16 days from the mod motor. And then since that car, I've been LS turbo. So that car actually went to twins. I didn't even get the twins, combo figured out. I parted it out. Then I bought my old car, which we called the Relapse, and it turned into like a 25.5 twin turbo LS car at methanol. Had like a super nice combo of twins behind strut towers. It was my first Holly Dominator that we had messed with, so I had tons of data. It was a data overload, really. Being such a small program and so young, you can get flustered a lot. So actually beat up main bearings in a brand new motor of that car, put new main and rod bearings in it. Oh my god, it's been nothing but trouble. And then part of that car out, found a car I've always wanted, that I grew up watching race. It was a stock bottom end car at the time. I blew that car up and then redid the whole combo, and then now we're here. Or Justin just built me a brand new combo and just parted it out. So it's a bad slippery slope, but I did all that in like 2 years. So I think I might have burnt myself out, but
That happens.
dad was, a right-hand man and all that.
John Capizzi years ago had a post, and I wish to God I could remember it, but it was, the gist of it was pretty much like, what if you're known for the thing you despise or whatever, pretty much. And like, that's how I've felt before. I've felt burnt out before, but it's like so many of my friends and people love doing this that I almost feel like sometimes I got to keep going. They have a party to go to, but
so hard about it, like you got to put like your pride aside and take care of, obviously, like going back on the whole known thing. I could care less, really. I guess I just inspired a lot of people being young.
For sure.
Yes.
I do want to say that real quick, that like I've said multiple times to people that like I can't believe how well like you and Billy Hoskins like handle yourself. Because like when I was that age, I had fast cars too. Like I had one of the faster cars in town back then when 10 seconds was something fast. But dude, my attitude compared to your guys's, dude, no one would like me. Not one person would like me. Like I was so horrible when I was young. So you guys do really well with that. Question for Amber. You do line up the car for Avery?
Yeah, I do.
So how do you feel on that? Do you feel pressure sometimes? Are you pretty much as bummed as he is when you lose, or take it out on yourself?
Yeah, I don't like it when he loses at all. I'm probably more mad than he is, but I don't mind lining him up. Like his brother does it often, but I feel comfortable doing it myself.
Are you more at the front or the back of the car?
I get in the front so he can see me, but like I don't need anyone in the back. I can do it, you know, just in the front.
So can I go back on that bummed out real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 years ago, we was down here in Birmingham racing, and I went to the finals on New Year's. The car like jumped terribly in the finals, right? Well, what she had thought was that I was sleeping, and all you hear in the videos, what the fuck? She was pissed because she thought I lost, like I fell asleep so bad.
No, I'm really lucky because we have 4 kids. So like, you know, my old lady's so occupied with the kids at the trailer that a lot of times, you know, it's just impractical for her to try to line me up or something. And thank God, because my wife is one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. Like, she won a national title in college for Hope in basketball and stuff. And like, literally, if my kids are going up for a shot, like she about breaks their nose blocking the shots and stuff. So like, I'm almost happy she's not up there lining me up, because I would get back so many times and she would probably chew my ass for how often we get our asses kicked. Yeah, that's definitely neat. I also wanted to say that I thought you guys handled blue collar extremely well. I think a lot of people don't understand that if you're even being mentioned on blue collar, you must be something.
Yeah.
Most people on there don't talk about nobodies, if that ever makes sense. So
yeah, I mean, no one.
That was a lot of fun to deal with. Like we were dying laughing at all the comments. It was a good time for us.
No, I thought that was awesome too. I saw you guys commenting in there, you know, because you could take it 2 ways.
They will
And
tear your ass
obviously-
up if you take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely get in your feels, but it's just a bunch of clouds being clowns.
I mean,
So
we
you
was in the
gotta-
back. We was actually riding back up to Indy with my buddy, and I jumped in the back seat to scroll through the comments with her, and then all the posts got deleted.
It was a boring ride home after that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
just
whatever,
wanted to
man.
say you guys handled it great. I thought that was awesome. It's the better way to handle it. If you would have handled it all pissed off or trying to act righteous or whatever, they had to burned you even harder or tried even harder to attack you. And plus, you guys gave the Hoskins a day off, so that's always cool too.
Oh man, that poor guys, man. At times I do think about them, and I'm like, damn.
No, I think about them a lot. Like they get
Poor guys. Billy
yeah, they
does
get so
nothing
much
right.
shit talked about them, and they're actually really good
yeah.
people. I mean, we've never had an issue with them. We actually talk to them a lot when we're at the track.
Poor Billy, you know what I mean? I think Billy could be like the most stuck-up douchebag ever. You know what I mean? He's got more money and more fame than a lot of racers, you know what I mean? Especially his
And he's
age.
not at all. He's such a
Yeah.
humble, soft-spoken guy. Like, really good dude. So it has to be really cool with your dad involved in a lot of it,
Yeah.
or at
Like,
least having your back on that.
Right. Yeah. So, he just crew cheats a lot, and you don't really understand, like, not even there was no financial, but like the moral support, you know what I mean? The support that he gave me, and, the help, the knowledge that he was able to offer me, just having it there, you don't realize how like blessed and lucky you are to have someone like that until like you move away from him or go racing without him. Cause I'd go racing a lot, without him, and I'd be like, damn, it's a lot of work to turn a car around by myself,
No,
and,
it
at the
is
end of
for
the
sure.
day, and at the end of the day, like, no one cares, I don't think, more about a son's, like success and something than a father. So like, for instance, like, there's been times I've been working in his shop, and, me and a buddy would go bolt check the car, but they would, just skip over bolts, you know what I mean, that I'd find loose, because they don't see it, they're not doing it intentionally. They just don't see it out of like a father's eyes. So I just value that a lot. You know what I mean? I'm very understanding. And
No, how we are too. I couldn't do it without this whole crew. I mean, how would I even blow up barrels if I didn't have friends?
Oh, shit. That's Jasper's crew. Jasper, what is your crew doing? You're on live. Live. He just blew up English Mountain. Oh! What is in there?
yeah, I can't believe I caught that on live. That was.
It was one of the best lives ever. And
Yeah,
it was
that was
amazing
crazy.
that we're like talking about it when the second bomb went off. So
Right.
where'd you guys move to?
Alabama. I moved down
Alabama.
Yeah,
That's
I'm far,
genius.
man.
It's always
Yeah.
nice there.
Yeah,
No
and we
more
bought
of the
we
bullshit
bought a
stuff.
new toy.
Whoa.
We just go riding. Like, it's different, man, down here. It really is.
Yeah, wait till summer when you're struggling to breathe.
Well,
I
that's
used to
right.
go down there with a friend. I've rode bikes my whole entire life, like all bicycles. I've
Right.
worked for a bike shop when I was young for a really long time. So when I went down with an old girlfriend from like high school or whatever, went down to her dad's in Alabama, and he's like, hey man, you want to go on this like 20-mile ride? I got an extra, road bike or whatever, and you can come with. And I was like, sure. And I get up in the morning and he's like, dogging me like, you gonna make it, you're gonna be, and I'm looking at this dude like, dude, we've rode all the way from Lansing to the Mackinac Bridge, like I got this. Like,
Right.
we're no problem. About 10 miles in, I'm like, man, every breath feels like I don't get enough oxygen. Like, the air is
That
so
thick ass
thick.
air.
But way sweet. I would trade it for the horrible weather I have outside right now. Like,
Yeah, it's
I hate
like
snow.
50 degrees down here is like 75 up north. The wind doesn't blow very hard, until storms, but like just on like a day like today, the wind ain't blowing and it feels amazing.
So what's your guys' favorite restaurant when you're traveling all over?
She thinks Jack's now, but that's just because we went in the south. Like when we went like racing into Georgia, and well, Norla, we really didn't stop in besides to eat. Like like when you go to town, you don't eat McDonald's, right? I guess
We really try not to. Sometimes for breakfast, I guess, when you like, if you like where the come up was, there's just not many restaurants at some towns.
For breakfast. Right, yeah. When we met at the pad, yeah, we did get McDonald's for breakfast morning, but at night we tried to eat like in Louisiana, like seafood,
Like, what couple on TV do you guys think you most resemble from like a TV show or a movie?
That's all her. She can.
I don't watch
You can
that
take a second
show.
to
I
think
don't
about
know.
it. No
I mean,
movies or nothing. You guys aren't like Dom and what's her name on Fast and Furious, like
Oh my God, no.
We're like the most like
Brad Pitt and like who was it?
Like,
Who was the
whatever
other one?
happened, happened.
The Tomb Raider chick.
Maybe this isn't so much her, but what about like another racing couple that I at least look up to? You know what I mean? What about that? Okay,
I'll take it.
So I'm sure she can. So Megan and Ryan,
Amazing people.
So Megan has always been like a track mom to me. I remember I was racing alone at US 60, and she had like cupcakes for me because I was hungry, and I couldn't get out of that racetrack because it's cluster. When I raced Ryan, she texted me, like just a good luck message because when we drew each other. And then just a couple of days or weeks ago, she sent me the video of him driving around me and was laughing at it. Ryan's always been a good guy. Dad and I actually met Ryan at Civil War I when he was in Leakesville. And, ever since then, and then at PRI, Amber and I saw Megan at some club and we sat and talked for a while. So they've always just been genuine people. Another guy who could, be the cockiest douchebag ever and has the rights to be, but chooses not to be.
Yeah, no, they're amazing people. We hang with them a bunch and they're great guys.
I would not be upset if I had a car that performs as well as her, who supports me as well as Megan supports Ryan, and who can both take care of the kids, and
so not much TV or movies.
No, really not.
What would be your favorite movie?
I like the movie Real Steel. It's when him and the father and the son fight robots. But
Amber, what's yours?
I don't think I have a favorite movie.
No way. Like not even as a kid, like Goonies or like The Sandlot or something.
Dragon cartoon. You ever seen Dragon Tales? I know it wasn't that, but
no. I'm gonna be honest. I always tell my friends like I won't watch Game of Thrones because I just hate anything with a dragon. It's the weirdest thing, dude. Like, I'll watch anything. So, like, for me, I'm horrible. I've watched everything there ever was. I'm also 42 years old with kids, and you'll get there. Like, what do? Do you read books?
God, no, I study.
She's in nursing right now.
What are you studying to be?
A nurse.
All right, my wife's a nurse too. She loves it.
I graduate in December, hopefully. So.
The cool part about that is you can work anywhere in the country. And Avery, you're right. Working for yourself is definitely the way to go.
After parting everything out, I sold the trailers, and so I got to be smart. I don't want to just be spend happy and go down the wrong path as far as an unsuccessful business. So like I got to find something that doesn't have much competition, but something I can make well off of, I'm kind of just sitting here, which I think buying and parting out race cars for the time being, because we do plan to move so I don't want to start, a big successful foundation down here if we don't plan to stay here forever. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is see like a business and run out of the shop for now. And then I think just, used car market and parting and flipping race cars, because there's plenty of money to be, did you see that Dodge Cummins truck we drove down to Gulf Shores last week and bought?
Yep.
Yeah, it's flipped and gone.
No, and if you're from up here too, like you can make a really good living driving south and bringing stuff back because they sell it for like the same price that they sell a rusted out piece of shit up here for.
Yeah.
And you can buy one without the rust down there. It definitely makes some money doing that. Right. And you have a tie to up here and down there. So that definitely would be a decent one.
Yeah. And I think, I do have a decent amount of following to where like the word can get out, blessed and grateful for that. Some people just get a touch to be able to sell shit, and that's me.
Why the split from from Young and Boosted.
Oh man, no hard feelings.
I love Sam and Dave. Like I said, obviously a lot of us are going to say that. We have no idea what the inner workings of what was going on is, you know what I mean? A lot of us see these people just how they, you know what I mean, how they are at the track or whatever, and they could totally be horrible, but
So,
I just didn't know.
Straight up, like, I don't have any hard feelings for anybody really, so I don't know if they have any hard feelings for me, but like their end goal, their end vision was just, being like good for them. I mean, they were chasing, the money, I guess, which is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Sam wanted to do that in the end goal, which I think we all three wanted to do, but I didn't know what, came along them lines. I didn't want to pour my heart into something that I wasn't going to be interested in the long run. So, I basically just we all talked about it, and I went my own separate way, as because I don't want to contribute to something. I wouldn't want one of them, contributing to something I'm full, blown into, if they're not gonna put their heart into,
No,
So,
I love it.
So yeah, I mean, and a lot of people have their own mixed opinions, and at the end of the day, it's between us three, and like I still watch their YouTube videos. Like, I'm not a big hater. Like, good for them. Like, Sam just went down to Dream Giveaway. I mean, cool for him. Badass. Hell yeah. So
That's
no,
good.
yeah, I don't know. I can't speak for them, but that's just the reason. No hard feelings. So on this end.
Amber, does Avery snore at night or do any other annoying things when he sleeps?
No, he's precious.
Avery, how is she? Does she move all over the bed and take majority of it up?
No, usually I'm taking the covers. I was
Yeah.
woke up the other night. Damn, she was yanking on me.
Because I had a sheet.
But no, man, like honestly, like, life's great. I wouldn't change anything. So, I don't care. I don't give. She don't care. Who says. I mean, people are gonna talk. I mean,
No, make sure you guys are happy. Don't ever care what anyone else thinks. I mean, obviously, you see how we roll. We don't care a damn.
I think a
anyone
lot of
thinks.
people know that. Like, I just racing. I mean, you gotta have thick blood. I got into it so young. I did not have thick blood. I had soft skin. Anybody, and everybody got under it if they wanted to. Now it's like, you don't respond to them, what I mean? It'll all go away.
We don't ever care either. I'm sure a lot of people are like, those dudes are the dirtiest, fucking loudest, stay up the latest people there are, but we have more fun doing it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So I don't think we're done racing for good forever. Not forever, for sure. Not.
No, you definitely won't be.
But like in this like moment right now, I think for a little bit we're gonna be, now maybe if I'm trying to buy a car right now, honestly, to buy and flip, but if I buy it, maybe we'll go to a track one weekend, race it and then flip it, part it. Do whatever.
It's fun to own a bunch of different things.
Hell, absolutely. I love change in that aspect. And toys, I love change. Don't get me wrong. So when I'm like, I think I want a new toy, and everyone's like, what? I'm like, it's something about like the rush of buying something new and figuring it out, improving it, and then getting rid of it. Just brings me joy. So and it's no secret that there is big money to parting vehicles out and flipping them.
There's definitely big money.
Yeah.
And especially here in a second, I think a lot of used stuff is going to hit the market. A lot of people are going to be broke. A lot of people are going to be selling stuff, and there's going to be too much of it. So you're going to be able to get stuff really cheap because someone's going to be desperate enough to pay their bills to sell it.
And I think something happened with the market. Because I just sold out of a lot of money worth of parts really quick. And like a year ago after COVID, you couldn't sell. So
no, but probably a lot of companies are out of stuff too. So that makes it the used market.
Well, damn, I know if I could find a wrecked up car with long travels, I'd buy every single one of them in the world.
So Amber, what is your favorite car?
Lizzie, the last one that he had.
No. I mean, like, if you could build any car you wanted, which one was your favorite? Like, mine was always a 67 Mercury Cougar. I want to cut the bottom out of it and just set it on a bunch of tubes.
Well, we were going to build me a car, but then all the plans changed. So we were going to build a Fox body, like a 4-eyed, but yeah, I'd probably just have that.
My first cool car ever was a 4-eye.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been really partial to 4-eyes. I like them better, but we smash too much stuff up to care. So whatever we can get for a front clip, we just throw it on.
Yeah. So I think, and what it really inspired, like, I've always wanted to go 4-eyed, but the clips are like gold. You can't find them. It seems like the 4-eyed clip car. So we were going to build her one. And what really like inspired her, I think, and I showed her some pictures, and then Everett's car, I tried getting my hands on. I tried working a deal with Everett's car, and I just more money than I wanted to fork out, which is perfectly fine. That car's worth every penny he told me the price of. It really is.
It's a really sweet car. It's got a lot of money in it.
It has a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's a hell of an LS.
And a big thing is with her being in nursing school in her final stretch of years, she can't really travel much, if that makes sense. So I don't want to be the
distraction to take off.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the distraction. Once she graduates, then we're gonna, just close up our open ends and, you know, pack our bags and go wherever state we want to. And then, you know, new beginnings become new, you know, toys, and you know how it goes. So.
Well, it should be really awesome. 10 years from now, where do you guys see yourself and what are you doing?
That's easy.
Tennessee with babies.
And a barn dominium, race
Babies?
car.
Did I hear babies?
Oh, babies, yeah. Kids.
That's the real reason everything's getting parted out. But
Oh my God, no.
no, but yeah, I mean, we'd like 2 kids. Another race car for sure. A successful business for me. Her being a, you know, a nurse, you know, she's not, you know, she didn't just dump all this money and her heart and time into, you know, not to. So I think
make sure she does it. My
yeah.
wife makes really good money and doesn't work crazy hours. She works usually like 3 days one week and 4 days the next week. And I always thought, wow, that's not a bad schedule for how much she makes, especially. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you finish that because that'll pay off. And
Yeah.
other than that, thanks so much for doing it and being the first one.
Yeah, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. We had fun. So.
We'll try to get Ryan and Megan on here next.
Oh, you know, that would be down. So.
Well, all right, guys, you have a good one and thank you so much.
Yeah, you too. See you,
Thanks.
Jasper.
All right, see ya.